Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to Nine Balls Asking on TV Gadget and Food Review. Today, I'm going to review the RayByLand, that's RayByLand, electric smoker gun for cooking, rechargeable battery, one-button operation, suitable for indoor, outdoor barbecue and bar cocktails, whiskey, and more. So yeah, this is a very cool product. I'm excited to review. Actually, I've wanted to test these out for a long time, and finally I get the opportunity to do so. The company sent this over to me, so I really appreciate that. My opinions are my own. I'm independently owned. So this upgraded smoke gun does not require fire to produce smoke, it says, which is interesting. Be interesting to see that. It only needs one key operation, and it can produce a large amount of cold smoke through battery heating. So yeah, I'm gonna try it out. I have some scotch right here. I'm gonna add some smoke to that. Also, I have some salmon, and I'm gonna add some smoke to that as well. So a couple things to test it on, and let's see if it improves the flavor or what it does actually. All right, so I have the user manual. It's actually bigger than I would expect. Interesting. So this is way different than I was expecting. So we have the unit. It's a plastic with a screen. That's kind of cool. I think this is the attachment. Maybe you put the canister in here, and then you put this on or something. All right, so looking over the instruction booklet, it's electric heating design, as I said before, but it's a new technology that extracts fragrance of plants and makes into essential oils. And so the traditional is, I think it's like sawdust or something that it says, and it burns the sawdust. So this is different, that it's an essential oil. So it's interesting to see if this is actually replicates, smoke. And yeah, the other thing that I found is they want you to pour. So I don't know. I mean, they want you to pour the entire contents in this. When you use it, and these are actually once you put it in here, the entire contents, it can only be used for 7 days. That's recommended. And the oil tank here is a disposable item and cannot be reused. So just consider that. I didn't realize that. I thought this was like a completely reusable product, but this is a product that could possibly get expensive because you're constantly having to buy new essential oils and cartridges. So just keep that in mind. All right, let's turn it on for the first time. Let's check the battery level. Just hold it down. There's an on-off switch. And yeah, check that out. Pretty cool, clear LED screen. You have a fan mode to blow smoke. Smoke mode. So yeah, they have different, and then when you want to use it for the bubbles, you put this on. Oh, I just realized this is a magnetic. That's kind of cool. That's a cool touch. But you dip the end to make the bubble, like so. All right, so I'm just looking in the instruction booklet. It says press trigger of the smoke gun, and you can use it for smoke mode. You can add a smoky aroma to foods such as steaks and grilled fish. Smoke mode with bubble mixture, you can add smoke bubble to your cocktail. Fan mode with bubble mixture, you can blow out perfect bubbles one by one. So yeah. And then the reservoirs, you have a little rubber thing right here, and you pull out the stopper, and then you fill it up. I thought it was on the top, but I looked in the instruction booklet, it's actually on the side. All right, let's open it up. Give it a smell. So actually, I thought it was apple smoke, but this is like a candy apple smell. So because I'm doing this on like scotch, salmon, I want a smoke flavor. So this is actually I thought this was like only for like whiskey, like scotch, things like that, or smoked salmon, smoked fish. This is actually for, like sweet drinks as well, like an apple teeny or something. So I didn't realize that. So I learned something doing this review. I did not realize that. I thought this was only smoke flavor. So that's interesting. So that makes more sense why you'd use something like this as opposed to like wood chips. And yeah, so that's a really nice kind of smoky, sweet hickory. It's not a bitter hickory. Hickory can be strong. I've used hickory in a smoker and the food came out terrible. So yeah, let's use this one. All right, so it's been over a minute. I'm gonna get the scotch out. I don't have any nice scotch glasses, but these will do. All right, so put this in here, and first, let me get a close-up. I'm going to try the smoke feature. So here we go. Trying this out for the first time. I'm going to turn it on. All right, so I press smoke. It's the default. Now I'm going to press the trigger. Let's see how fast it... And look at that. Instant, actually. Look at that. Let me smell it. And yeah, so it's a nice kind of sweet, smoky candy smoke smell. Very nice. Let me try it with a little bit of drink. Yeah, it definitely enhances the scotch because you get that nice sweet hickory smoke smell. You know, it fills up your nose. I like it. Look at that, and look at how it kind of stays in the glass. That's cool. That's actually a really more cool effect than I was expecting. All right, so I have my bubble mixture in the cap now, and let's dip it in and see if it actually makes a bubble. So here we go. And look at that. Let me try that again. A little bit of the bubble mixture went in the glass, so you gotta be careful. Yeah, it's a little bit. Let me see if I can do it. Oh, there we go. So it was working a little bit. All right, let's try that again. It does take a little bit of practice. Let me see. Maybe it's less. Yeah, there we go. There, finally. So if you don't you expand the bubble, but check that out. A smoke bubble. And it's staying too. So if you were in a bar, you know, if you owned a bar and you wanted to serve this, you could do it and then bring it over to the guests. You have some time. But look at that. Let me pop it. And look at how much. All right, let's try that again. It's kind of fun. So yeah, blow it up a little bit less than you think, and you can get the bubble like that. So there we go. So it kind of took a little bit of time, but got the hang of it. And look at the smoke bubble. So hardly any smoke escapes. So now, with just a fan, I guess you can just make bubbles. So let's try that. So yeah, it's just, you know, kind of like a bubble maker. All right, so there we go. We got bubbles inside. Both glasses now. At least I think. Yep, there's a bubble on top. So pretty cool. It actually works better than I thought it was going to work. Yeah, so once again, I'm going to smell the other ones. The hickory smoke is kind of like a candy smoke smell. Definitely appetizing, you know, in kind of a food way. And this is super sweet apple smell. So I'm gonna smell the coffee. Yeah, so it's kind of like a sweet coffee flavor or smell. And finally the lemon. All right, so the lemon smell. And yeah, just kind of like almost like a smell of like those markers. So very sweet lemon candy smell. All right, so let's try to infuse it in some actual food. I have a salmon burger, and let's see if we can infuse a little bit of smoke into it. So here we go. All right, so I have the salmon burger. I looked at the prices of salmon. I was like, $40 for a pound of salmon. That's too much. So went with the salmon burger. But let's try it out. Put on the smoke and see if we can infuse it. Actually, let's not do the bubble. I'm gonna kind of wash this. All right, so let's try that again. And just let that sit for a while. Okay, so my kitchen still smells like smoke, the hickory smoke, but it's been sitting for like 20 minutes. And you can see a little bit of smoke left. All right, so the salmon burger is done. And let's see if it imparts any flavor, smoke flavor, into the burger. So here we go, 3, 2, 1, taste test. And yeah, really do not taste any smoke. Yeah, so I would say, just based on this test, I would say it's probably best for drinks. You definitely smell it for the drinks. It definitely imparts flavor in the drinks and enhances the drink experience. So yeah, do I recommend the electric smoker gun for cooking and also drinks? The answer is I'm kind of on the fence with this thing. I think if you're looking for something that's like a smoker, I would use wood chips. I don't think anything can replace the flavor of actual smoke. That's something that really can't be replaced. But I think this is good for drinks where you want a sweet kind of candy flavor. And I think a lot of drinks, this would enhance the experience. Even more so than smoke, because it kind of has a candy. I mean, it's kind of like a vape in a way. Just kind of, but for drinks and food. Yeah, and the other thing is, I think this thing can get a little bit expensive if you use it all the time, because you have to use these up in a week. You can't just let them sit. At least that's what they say in the directions. But if you're willing to spend the money, I think it is a cool product that works very well. Yeah, I really like the long-lasting smoke that you can impart in drinks. And yeah, so I'm kind of on the fence, leaning towards it's up to you. I think it's a niche product. But if you're looking for something that actually smokes, I would say you can't replace that. But at the same time, I think having flavors does allow you to do things that having a smoker won't allow you to do, especially for sweet drinks. And I think smoke can kind of have a bitter taste and smell. This is more on the candy smell. So yeah, let me know what you think. Leave in the comment section. And thanks for watching, everyone. Until next time, I'll see you later.